Right, good evening everybody, welcome to Tuesday Night with Hilly, and welcome to WAOF1, the finale, the final race of the Tuesday Season 3. Can you believe we're here already? I can. It's been a blooming long season, it's dragged on forever, I tell you. Evening Marco, yeah, and you mate. If you're racing, that is. Yes, you are. I've just seen your name in the lobby as we head into the start of qualifying. So, as usual, it's the full quali 50% race. I thought you might like to find out what we're actually watching for tonight. So, who's still able to win anything, and or top three in championship, that sort of thing. So, I am just bringing that up. So, right, driver standings. Carsey won it about 10 months ago. Mamo P2 on 387. He is P2, so that is actually done. Whale, can you believe this? Whale is in P3 in the championship, in the drivers' championship. So, 18 points ahead of James. That is still on. The battle is on between Whale and James. That hadn't even been mentioned in the admin chat. I can't believe that. Gunnar then on 296.5, so technically, mathematically, he could still beat both of them, but almost impossible. Let's have a look at the constructors. Ferrari on 649. The constructors battle is still alive, so Ferrari 649, Alfa Romeo 633.5, so 15.5 point gap between the top two. Half points of race that something went strange with the lobby, so we decided to call it from an earlier time and only award half points. That's where the 0.5 came from. But that was well early in the season. That was what it does mean, of course. As long as this race goes normally and everybody, we finish the race and all that sort of thing, it means there cannot possibly be a tie. So. Alfa Romeo will need to outscore Ferrari by 16 points. Carsey and operator for Ferrari. Alfa Romeo have now... Oh my goodness, I should say that. Guio and Dino driving tonight. So, a little disappointing not to see their regular drivers turning up when they could be in for a Constructors' Championship. But never mind. These things happen, family happens, especially this summer year. Could argue maybe we've gone a week later than we should have with races, but I don't know. It's on the 19th, isn't it? Hey Mackenzie, hey operator, hey Snake. Doctor Who theme will always get me in the mood to race. He's in the one that goes dee 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 dee. That one, it's a bit better than that, but I've only got one mouth. They got lots of instruments to play it. I've only got one mouth to try and imitate it. I'm fighting for 11th in the championship. I need 3 points tonight. Well, good luck, operator, on that one. I think you deserve it, that's for sure. I don't actually know who was out first. Who was out first? Looks like it was Snake. He's just started a hot lap, so let's go to him. Yeah, that's the thing, of course. I guess just like in real life, we do sort of concentrate rather a lot on the top three. As you kind of expect, really. Everybody's got their own championships going on, no matter where they are in the order. And operator, P11 for operator would be a fantastic season. So, and it'd be well deserved as well. So, good luck, buddy. That one. For the team championship, being 10th after 3 or 4 rounds. Yeah, it's good little comeback, that Taylor. Oh, invalidation from Snake. And what was the first lap? Is it the Alfa Romeo next? If I can find him. No, he's on an out lap, of course he is. About a Haas behind him. Out lap. The other Alfa Romeo. Yes, we know he's on a hot lap. So I've commentated here the other night. I don't know if you guys saw that race, but I love this track. How can you not love this track? It's just absolutely everything that should be in a Formula 1 track is on this track somewhere. And of course the long straights aid for usually lots of overtaking as well. 24.3 to get us off the mark anyway from Dino in Q1. Corey 24.4 on the medium tyre. Red Bull coming through. That's oh, he's on an outlap. I know he was on outlaps when I go to him. Chalky. 153.264. I reckon he's got a bit more in him than that. James 23.2 goes fastest. His operator across the line 24.8 goes, well, did go P4, then Whale across the line, so he dropped to P5. 23.7 for 23.7 for Well on the mediums. Mamo 22.9. Observers, there's a Merc coming around the final corner. Here he comes, it's Mirage up to P4, 23.8. Williams. It's Marco. 24.7 from Marco. The Alpha Tauri now following. BRT crowding, welcome BRT crowding. On the mediums, 23.0. BRT in front of his name, so I guess it's going to be pretty quick. Oh, what was that going on there? Did anybody see that? A little flashy car. Yeah, I just saw it again on the stream because the stream's always a little bit behind. Ha! That was funny. Hayden Elite in the house tonight. Welcome to Hayden as well. First race for Hayden. I think we've got quite a few reserves tonight, but there's only a couple of them are first timers here. Niall, Neil. I don't know whether you say his name. Neil, Niall, Nail, Nael, no. Perhaps it's Neil and he just spelled it wrong and put the A for the E. Anyway, talking crap. Shotgun is onto the second straight on his hot lap. I'm going to call him Niall. Niall Guillot. Niall Guillot. There you go, that sounded better. Niall Guillot. Guillot. I don't know why, but I'm putting my... If I had a camera, you would see that I'm actually putting my fingers up to twist my moustache when I'm saying that. Niall Guillot. I don't know why. I don't even have a moustache. I shaved yesterday, so it's all gone. 24.7 from Shotgun goes into P11. Got an outback from Carsey. Mackenzie Snake, I think, just coming across to have another go on the medium tyre this time. Oh dear, Chalky. Yeah, have another go, mate. Have another go. At least it was on one set of tyres though, wasn't it? So, oh, Snake just disappeared. That was weird. He is Xbox. I'm going into the game. Don't know what happened there. Shotgun isn't on a lap, he's already done a lap, so about these guys, I don't think so, they've done laps as well. I think Marco, I think P5 at the moment. I start to quali for Marco. RC starting a lap, I think, here we go. Hilly hot lap with our champion then, so down into 4th for turn 1. Flat out through turns 2 and 3. Will now take us, of course, down. No chicane here anymore, so straight down to the hairpin. Late braking, late turn into the hairpin. You want to open up the corner so you can open up the steering and get on the power a lot sooner. Then pedal to the metal, DRS open, as we head down to the chicane that's going to split the two straights. Both straights, great overtaking opportunities. And keep the car right there from car C. Oh, back end seemed to be going out a little bit. It sounded like he hit a, I don't know, some sort of barrier, like a little foam barrier or something. Anyway, through the chicane and then out, DRS open again into the newer section of the track. This fast left-hander. You never truly offer the power free there, always on the power in one shape or another, gradually getting more and more. Then the three right-handers that culminate in this heavy late braking right-hander, late turning. Then the two left-handers that I actually think are even harder this year. Really low on traction, really difficult to take, flat out through the penultimate corner now. Late braking, late turning to the final corner, open up the steering, head for the line, a 22.1 from car C. He has a lot more left in that, so I'm expecting a low to mid 21 from him for pole position, so I would say potentially could have another second in that. Oh, we saw him get out of shape in the middle of the chicane, because it sounded like he just caught something on the right hand side, like a speed board or something. It's always slightly scary when we watch car C and he makes a mistake and still goes fastest by 8/10. It's on here with Dark Mark, and couldn't get a toe off the first car. He wasn't willing to give a toe. Could potentially offer the other McLaren. That McLaren, well, maybe wasn't awake to it, but if Gunnar realised, he could have actually moved over and given him a proper toe down the straight and then got out of the way. Gunnar had never been a team player, Gunnar, has he, to be fair. As Dark Mark onto the second half of the straights. Nice through the long left-hander. You must make sure you're on the left-hand side of the track when going into that right-hander. You can sometimes find yourself turning, especially pad players actually, that can quite easily turn a little bit too much when they're putting specific steering inputs in. And you can end up a little bit closer to the right-hand side than you mean to. Chalky backed out a lap, or has he had to do that because the car's got in his way? So that isn't Hayden. I think Hayden's on a lap actually. Should we go? Oh no, he's on an 8 lap. Okay. He's actually Moomin, so I hope Moomin. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, so no good. I can't comment on something. I don't know what happened. Dino was invalidated early in the lap. Later maybe. He's had a little success in qualifying recent weeks. Has I think made it through to Q2 on 3 out of the last 4 races. Either last 3 of the last 4 or 3 of the last 5. I'm not 100% sure, but in good form in a way. Maybe it's Q2 as well. I think that's what it said, isn't it? If it isn't, that's what I meant to say. Oh, Snake. It doesn't hate you, it just really, really dislikes you. Are you back in yet? You're chatting in there, are you back in? You're sat in the pits, get out there. Right into the pits comes operator then, had invalidated that lap. And you ain't got time to go around again, so he needs to get in there so he can get out again. And elite on a lap now. Just coming to the end. He was ever so slightly down, and he's down enough that he's going to back out of the lap. Going to the pits. Just runs wide there at the second of the two left-handers. I think as he goes into the pits. Oh no, he's finishing the lap. Oh, but he's round out the final corner, and into the wall he goes. And that is, well, chalks another one up, I guess. Who else we got now? Shotgun on a lap. Yes, he is. He just started the lap just over 10th up. Oh, he just sat waiting. Snake. He's out now. He is out now. No, he's on out now. He's going to pits. Shotgun into the chicane. I didn't quite. Oh, sorry, I did catch his first sector split, and he was 0.110 up, so just over a tenth. Comes up to the end of sector 2 now, and he's found a lot more. He's 5.5 tenths up, which will put him up to P13. Presumably with more to come in the final sector as well. There's a little gap between P12 and P13. We've got Kemmington 12th on a 23.9, whereas Dino's 13th on a 24.3. Here he comes. This looks a good steady lap, this from Shotgun. 23.9 it is. Doesn't quite get Kemments, he just misses Kemments, but that's a handy time. That may well see him through. We will have to see. We've got the Alpine of Corey just coming out the final corner. He's improving, and he moves up to P9. That puts Hayden into the drop zone. And Hayden, I think he's on the pit exit, Hayden. He should be okay. Peter back out again. So BL2 Crowding's come out again. I don't think he needs to. Maybe he's come out on the same tyres, I'm not sure. Maybe to have an extra run, a bit of practice. Finding anybody. Oh, Chalky. Absolutely fuming. I thought I was on board with you, mate. I'm sorry, I was on board with you. Called it all. I've not seen his split times, but I'm sure this lap's going to move him up, and up into P9 he goes, and safe. That puts Dino into the drop zone, and he is not on track, so we will now be losing Dino. James retires out, having done enough. He's up in P8 at the moment, and operator's cruising, so not on a good enough lap. He's got enough to, well, he can still cross the line for another go actually, so yeah, he's just saving his energy to have another go. And then to Dark Mark, who, yeah, out of these guys that are fighting to get through, he's furthest along on his lap. It's a line then, it's a 24-2, which only puts him P16, so we will be losing Dark Mark. It's a massive surprise to lose in Q1, although I will say I do know for a fact that he's not very well, so I think we can let him off. Fair play to him for still turning up, quite frankly. 122.0 from Crowding, can possibly finish the session without going fastest. Hayden across the line goes P15. Might have made this through. It's down to one driver. Wide, and no. Doesn't do it, so Hayden just about scrapes through. And seems to go to operator at the end of the session as well, but his job is in the race, not he don't need to worry too much about qualifying. It's in the race where he's got his job to do. So, anyway, Crowding was top of the standings for Q1. Niall Guio the only one on the mediums to go through, just on the medium lap. But, of course, the bigger things, Corey and Hayden getting through. Corey actually quite comfortably, Hayden just about getting through at the end there. But it does mean that we lose Shotgun, Dartmark, Dino, Operator and Chalky. I have to say, I did actually think that lap from Shotgun was going to get him through. He's only missed out by 26 thousandths. But yeah, I definitely thought that was going to get him through that one. So we head into Q2. Something tells me the cut-off point here is going to be super tight between quite a few drivers. I think the cut-off will move up a bit, so we're going to be looking to more, what was it then, a 23.9, wasn't it? I think we're going to be looking more to a 23.3. I'm going to say 23.3. That might be a little bit high. It may need to be a bit quicker than that. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. But that's going to be my prediction. So, talking of predictions, let's do a prediction in the stream. So manage prediction, let's start a prediction. I'm trying to do a thing. How many times can I say prediction in 50 seconds? I think I'm on 5 now, but if I say prediction another time, that'd be 6. So Crowding out first, so let's go with, I'll leave you on board with him while I do my prediction. Right, I feel like of the season. Don't want to include the title contenders because I don't think that would be fair to include them in the prediction. Don't want to put extra pressure on them, so I know how much everybody cares about the predictions. So I feel like we should end the season on somebody who's been here all season. I feel like we should end this season with a prediction on Moomin. So Moomin Rider. Will Moomin Rider. I'm feeling generous. It's Christmas, so the prediction is going to be, quite simply, will Moomin Rider finish the race? Not in the top whatever, just finish the race. And it was going to be yes or no. Surely this is a great chance to earn some channel points, isn't it? Oh, Mirage. Yep, give me a moment, Mirage, just finish this. 30 minutes to do your predictions, guys, starting now. Will Moomin Rider finish the race? Mirage, can I get you back in? Should be able to. It just takes a little bit longer on the EA. It's annoying. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Unless I'm being blind, I cannot see you, Mirage. I don't think you're on my list. I've definitely got you added, so that's a bit strange. this is us Xbox friends. So I've tried EA. You're not showing up, Mirage. I think you might need to reset completely and turn the game back on. Turn the game actually off and on. But I'm afraid I don't have you. What about on the offline? Are you on the offline? No, you're not showing up on that either. No, something's wrong, Mirage. I say, mate, I think you're going to need to reset and then ask me again. So Carsey goes fastest. Right, so Crowding got started with a 22.6, Carsey 22.3, Moomin 22.8, Gooner 22.8 as well, just 3 thousandths between Moomin and Gooner. Hayden 23.6. He's Mamo, just so Williams is crossing the line. That's Marco 25.0 on the medium tyre. Yellow flag's out and set to 1 just before the hairpin. I think that's one of the Hassies that's just minding out of the way, trying not to get in other people's way. So Mamo did go P5 down to 23.0, but immediately Niall went ahead. 22.6 from him. We're heading for the line now on the medium tyre. 24.1 goes P9 for the moment. That's the first lot of runs done from 10 of the drivers. We've got Whale on an outlap. Let's try again, Mirage. Let's see if you only got a moment because he's only on outlap. No, you're still not showing up, Mirage. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. There you go. Invite sent, Mirage. We're at the bottom of the list for some reason. I don't know why that is. Right. Over the line we go with Whale. Start his first flying lap of Q2. Let's go through turn 1 and then listening there for any sound of a lift. I couldn't detect any. Into the late braking, late turn in to the hairpin, open up the steering, get on the power. DRS opens. As we head up now to hairpin. Good through the hairpin and nicely on the power on the exit. Actually, he is a traction gremlin, isn't he? So he will find it easier than others. Into the long, drawn-out left-hander, and here we go. 3 right-handers, 1, 2, and the big one. Number 3, and then across. So the 2 left-handers, the double left-hander, say really tricky, and you can even see there, Wells, despite the traction control he uses, still wanted to lose the rear a little bit on the second left-hander. Across the line he goes, 23.890, puts in P10 for the moment. James just started a lap. Mirage is out on track, so he's definitely back with us. I think maybe he'd already got back in when I found him. Yeah, you've had him. Car out wide, like you see with, well, you saw with Carsey kept it very wide, Whale quite wide, James not at all. Too good. He doesn't need to do that, so. 2 left-handers there from James. Alright, sticking to the track like blue. 22.8 goes P6. And that was good from James. That's competitive. Won't be used to that, so good. 23.3 from Mirage on his first run. So it's a P8, just ahead of Mackenzie. Clements out there in the Red Bull, just coming up to the final corner. Guns 23.9, that puts him P13 for the moment. Yeah, Chalky, I'm saying, mate, I'm completely off on traction, and well, those 2 left-handers particularly, I think they're the worst part. 2 left-handers are very slippy. Coming out the coming out the chicane in the middle of the straight can be a little bit iffy too. But that's about it. The rest is pretty much okay. Well, apart from your case, Chalky, the final corner was terribly slippy. Oh, sorry. I'm not sorry. Why am I saying sorry? I'm not sorry. Cameron J. Sargent, I struggle with traction off. Yeah. Yeah, same, man. It's, you've got to do it though, haven't you? It's, I actually tried doing a lap not so long ago, turning traction back on. Not because I had any intention of doing it, I just wanted to see what it was like. And I was horrendously slower. I was so slower. Oh, Dino, thank you. I was wondering. Snake up to P7 in the Red Bull, 1:23.0. So, let's say 23.3 I thought would probably be around about the cut-off area. Well, 23.3 at the moment only puts you P9. Mirage is 23.396 in P9. I don't know if he's started a lap. It's only 0 laps on Snake's softs. That can't be right. We just saw him do a lap, so must be 1 lap. She's moving. Oh, he is on a lap. Yep, here he comes across the line, improves by 1/4 of a second. That moves him into P3, just ahead of Niall. Back to Mamo then as he comes up towards the end of sector 2. Couple of tenths up in sector 1. He's now half a second up from sector 2. He's already putting him just ahead of Moomin for P3. Presumably, he's got a bit more left in him yet for sector 3. So should, I think, nip up into P2 just ahead of Carty here, I think. Crowding, by the way, first into the 21s, 21.902. Here comes Mamo, and yep, indeed, nips just ahead of Carty into P2. Short of a 10th up on Carty. And Marco on an out lap, and Corey. Marco's furthest round, so we'll go to Marco. Oh, chalky. I like that one. Oh, okay. So, Dino, I see what you mean now. So, sorry, I thought you meant that you... Yeah, so I completely misunderstood what you meant. But you tried for 2 hours without it. Well, it's good though, man. You're trying, you're practicing. You will get there. Can I ask you on pad or wheel? I personally am a pad player. So, I just wondering if you're pad or wheel. Kind of hope he does chalky, you know. Nice to see him make his day, actually. In the top 10. Ollie. I can't believe nobody's put any channel points on yet. It is quite simply, will Moomin Rider finish the race? Clearly nobody has any confidence. They're not confident enough to say no, but they're definitely not confident enough to say yes either. Oh dear. Poor Moomin. I love Moomin. Moomin's great. He's of course the oldest on the grid. I believe he's 50, Moomin, so the oldest, quite substantially the oldest as well, actually. 25.2 for Marco. Oh, sorry. What am I talking about? That was an outlap. No, that wasn't an outlap, was it? No, I think he must have backed out. Corey just didn't quite get to Corey in time. Where did he go? Oh, he's gone up to P9 on the 23.0. Let's go back to Marco then. No, oh, actually, no. He's 4 attempts down. I don't think it's going to happen, Chalky. James is out there. Just got to the end of sector 1. 25 thousandths up. Letting the revs properly max out as he 3 shifts up. Fast downshifting. Mind you, I have actually learned when you're spectating a race this year and last year actually, that not to 100% believe what you're seeing on the throttle inputs and everything, because just sometimes it just isn't right. Potentially, Chalky, you can, but you look, laps of Abu Dhabi take a lot out of your soft tyres. It's going to be incredibly hard. 10th improvement from James, puts in P6. Just nips ahead of Gunnar, who's just coming around himself to finish a lap. I think he's going to retake that place. In fact, goes a little bit higher, goes up to P4 ahead of Moomin. Yeah, who's that? That was Whale. He's just jumped up to P7. Else we got. Just over half a second improvement from Mackenzie, but it's not quite enough. He's missed out 7 thousandths off of Corey, who's currently in the danger zone. Mirage is improving, but he's going to need a lot more in the final sector. Here he comes, improves by 3 tenths, it stays P12. He's only 5 thousandths off of the driver ahead of him. Hayden has finished P13, Mirage P12, Mackenzie P11. Marco crosses the line, he does improve by 6 tenths and nips ahead of Hayden. It won't be enough for Q3. He's going to be starting P14 as Clements just jumps up to P12. So, well, that decides the drivers who are going through in a way. In fact, James, if you can hear me, you're the only person left on track. Everybody else is finished. So, he's out of fuel actually, I just realised. He comes across the line. Okay. I just see. What? Will Moomin finish the race? Yeah, yeah. I wanted to look. Moomin, it's just because it's Christmas, man. I wanted to give him a really easy one to finish on. Unlucky Taylor, just short. 7 thousandths off of court. Well, 8 thousandths off of getting through. And the top 10 there through to the pole position shootout. We lose on this occasion then Mackenzie, Clements, Mirage, Marco and Hayden Elite, who drop out at the Q2 stage. But look at that. So look at P9, 123.057 to P13, 123.081, covered by 24 thousandths of a second. So that is 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. That's 5 drivers covered by 24. What did I say? 24 thousandths of a second, I think it was. Anyway, Moomin, I have faith in you. You can do it. I mean, I'm not 100% confident, I'm not going to lie. And somebody has now bet on no. Oh, I wonder who it is. I bet it's you. I'll fix this, he said. Summary. Right, so Marco and Moomin have gone yes. No, Moomin hasn't gone yes. It says 0. He's spent 0 on himself. Snake has gone no. Nice, Snake. Have faith in your fellow brother. Yeah, unfortunately, Marcus. Yeah, you're right. You finally got it. Got a decent lapping on that last lot, but yeah, I said on the comms, it does a lap around here takes a lot out of soft tyres. So with it being, I think it was like your third actual run plus an out lap, it's too much. So anyway, lots of drivers out already, but Gunnar has actually just overtaken the Haas for the privilege of being the first. Never mind, mate, just done decent quali. And as we said, quali's just for show in a way. The race is for dough. Or points, actually, points. You don't get any dough. Right. So we've got Gunnar followed by Moomin on the track. Then we've got a Tauri, which must... Oh no, actually it could be one or two. And then an Aston, which must be Whale. So we're gonna have, we've kind of got two groups. One group's going to be really close together, one after the other over the line. The second group is more spaced out. Anyway, on to first hot lap of Q3. We're really using all of the curve on the inside. Onto the long straight. Actually, it is this one that tends to lead to the best overtaking opportunities, but actually your best bet is to hold off until this second straight, because that will then give you the rest of the lap to attempt to create a gap. It's incredibly hard around here to create a second gap to someone. It's not for the faint-hearted. Being, of course, it's actually, if you look at the tracks over the season, it should be one of the best opportunities to actually be able to create a gap, because you've got the long DRS zones, but you've got the DRS zones together, and then the rest of the track is DRS free. But no, it's just not easy to get away through these corners. 22.6 from Gunnar on the first run, then Moomin goes 22.9. The Alpha Tauri is crowding. It's a 22.0 from him. Aston of Whale goes for 22.7. And there's an out. Oh no, Corey into the pits, it invalidated. Snake heading for the line is on an outlap. Alfa Romeo choosing the yellow flag there. Niall assumedly into the pits. Other Alpha Tauri, James. Round the final corner, and a 22.8 from James to get his session underway. Mamo, that's a bit of a moment at the final corner, but 22.3 puts him into P2. Then it's car seat. Oh, I can't find him. Lost him. He goes fastest in a way. 21.450 on his first run. He can go quicker than that. That isn't it. He's got more in him than that. Still got another couple of attempts at least. He may even be able to do a 0.1, but he can definitely do a 0.2. So let's go to Snake actually. final corner then, 122.9. Goes P8 for the moment. And that is the last of the hot laps in the first stint. Corey and Niall unfortunately invalidating, well, Corey invalidated, Niall having a little bit of a spin, or a half spin, at the end of the lap, so went into the pits. So here is our provisional pole sitter. It's looking good. We obviously haven't seen the best from Crowding yet, but and of course, as always, we can't be 100% sure who's used. Well, I can tell you some of the drivers actually. Crowding did indeed use softs for his run, so he's definitely got more time in him. Farsi was on fresh, so was Mamo. Good, I'm not sure about because he's on 9%. The guys who use fresh are on 5%. Crowding used tyres, he's on 11%, but Gunner's on 9%, so I would assume that was used set, but 100% sure on that. I don't know about Whale or James, they've hidden theirs from me. Moomin has put fresh tyres on in the garage, as has Corey. Corey's out on track on his out lap actually, and Moomin just come out. Gunnar, what's your straight line speed? You are 329, which is the joint fastest with Snake. So, yeah, in comparison to the guys ahead of you, actually Mamo's only on 328, so he's pretty quick. But the top two, Carsey and Crowding, they are 325 and 324, so quite significantly more than them. Corey's got quite a quick, he's 327. Might be about to beat that here as it goes up the long straight. The speed trap just at the end of the straight. So still showing 327, so might not update it yet actually. Might update when he crosses the sector line. That'll be a rocket. Gonna be a rocket. It looks like it, mate. It does look like you're at least joint fastest with Snake in a way. Then rounds the final corner, and here he comes, 23.1, puts in P9. Moving just into the final sector. I haven't got split times for him, unfortunately, so I can't tell you if he's improving or not. Yes, I have. Yeah, it's just come up. He is up about a tenth and a half from sector 2. Here he comes for the line then, Moomin, 22.3. That's 6 tenths faster than he'd been before, and that moves him up to P3. Nice job from Moomin. And it looks to me like the next car out on track is Carsey. Coming out of the pits now, so he's going to be first at the final runs effectively. Well, Corey and Moomin effectively were the first of the final runs, but you know what I mean, the last group to come out of the pits. Taylor, I can't see yours at the moment, mate, because you're in Q3, so you're not on there, unfortunately. Sorry. That is one of the good things about this app. If at some point I did start doing or we did start doing the standings on this app, it does record the Q1, Q2, Q3 results, but not for me to just literally flicking see now. It would be recorded, and then all this information you guys can all see. It's something we've definitely got to consider. I've not tried setting a league up on it yet. I've done a few things, but I've not tried setting a league up on it yet. And it's but it definitely does it, and it's good, and it moves everything across in real time. So you finish the race and the standings are all updated. It just then obviously takes any stewarding decisions to be taken into account after and manually like overrided type thing. It's the penalties added in and stuff. Anyway, here comes Carsey for what he will be hoping will be the pole position lap. Uses all the track on entry, doesn't he? Quite a lot on exit, and actually got a little bit out of sorts. And through the first sector, and he still found half a tenth, despite being a little out of sorts on the exit of turn 1. Certainly won't be using that same line in the race. I can promise you that much. Guys, look how much it's. Look at how he keeps his car all the way over to the right. Uses as much of the track as he can without invalidating to open up the corner. And through the chicane we have gone, heading up to the end of sector 2, and he's found another 600, so he's just over a tenth up now. Nicely done. And through the final corner. Definitely an improvement, but how much? Oh no, it's not! It's not! He lost it in the final sector. He was 9 thousandths down. The good news though for Carsey is that crowding is not improving. It's a quarter of a second down from sector 2. Despite fresh tyres this time round, and you clearly saw then he's clearly having some problem getting on the power. So it doesn't improve, quarter of a second down. You've got one last driver. Snake to cross the line was improving as well. Where did he go? He went P7 in the end, which I think would have knocked Whale down to P8. Yep, so there we have it. It is Carsey on pole. Stick with tradition, really. Crowding P2, just 6.5 tenths off of Carsey. James in P3, but a very impressive debut from Crowding. Mamo P4, Moomin in 5, Gunnar 6th. But look how tight, look. James P3 to Gunnar in P6. So that's 4 drivers covered by 0.025. So a quarter of a tenth of a second covering 4 drivers. Snake in P7, Whale P8, Niall Guillot in P9, and Corey in P10. 329 did remain the fastest speed trap speed. Here we go. Right, any drivers listening, please do not ready up. Do not ready up. There will be a 5-minute break, so I can grab a coffee. Okay, guys, please don't go anywhere. It's the final race of the season. It's going to be a fantastic race. I've got a feeling that Carsey's going to have a little bit of a battle on his hands. But regardless of that, there's going to be some fantastic racing. Look how close those drivers were. It's going to be some really tight racing in the race. Anyway, I'm going to go and grab a coffee. I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes for the race. See you in a bit. Okay, guys, back with you, and we are ready. Well, we're almost ready. We're getting ready. We're nearly there. Just waiting for an admin to sort themselves out. So, just a reminder, the main thing that's going on today is the Constructors' Championship battle between Ferrari and Alfa Romeo. And the battle for P3 in the drivers between Whale and James. And even potentially Gunnar if Whale and James took each other out. Gunnar would have to win the race though, so probably not going to happen. But the lights turn green for the formation lap. So let's do a quick grid rundown then. So we have Carsey starting on pole alongside Crowding, who I'm sure would love to have a go at him into turn 1. The second AlphaTauri of James starting in third, with Mamo alongside him in fourth. Moomin and Gunnar take up their positions on the third row of the grid, while Snake and Whale are 7th and 8th. Niall Guillot and Corey in 9 and 10, filling out the top 10 there, and Mackenzie and Kemmets 11 and 12. Mirage and Marco on the 7th row of the grid, while Hayden Elite on debut takes P15 alongside Shotgun Kisses. Dark Mark in P17, a little lower down than you expect to see him, but as I mentioned in qualifying, he's not very well, so it could be forgiven. Dino P18, Operator and Chalky on the final row of the grid, for what is going to be, I am confident, a brilliant end to the season. Let's have a quick look at the tyre. Oh my goodness, I didn't expect to see that. Right, wow, the top 13 starting on the hard tyres. I really did not expect to see that. That is shocking. So the top 13 starting on the hard tyres. Marco, Hayden on the mediums. Shotgun, Dark Mark, Operator on the softs, and Dino and Chalky on the mediums. Wow. Well, an early-ish safety car could be interesting. A safety car around like lap 6. I will be honest with you guys, there's every chance this race will be safety car free around Abu Dhabi. It's not a massive safety car track, to be honest. I'd say a good large... It's got to be one of the tracks with the largest portion or percentage of races to be safety car free, I should imagine. As always, the start can be a little bit iffy, but it seems to be the case at all tracks these days. But again, it's a 90-degree turn on the first corner, which is why it's a little bit awkward around here. And then you go into the flat-out right as well, which, again, is awkward when everybody's right next to each other. So anyway, you've got Carsey on the left-hand side, Crowding on the right, James just behind Carsey, and Mamo just behind Crowding. Let's get everything off your screen so we can enjoy this start. All the lights are on, all the lights are out. Carsey looks to move pretty well off the line. Crowding, can he get alongside? He's pretty close, but I think he's going to have to file in. James off to a decent start as well. While Mamo comes under attack from, I think, Moomin. And I think Moomin's gone past. No, he hasn't. No, Mamo has held him off in the end. And Moomin comes under attack from Gunnar in the McLaren. And the Red Bull, that must be Snake. Oh no, Moomin's round. Moomin's round. He's not in a wall. I repeat, he is not in a wall. I just saw him spin round down at the back of the screen there, and he is okay. That is Moomin round. Let's get these details back up. And position changes then. Our biggest gainer off the start is Marco, who's up 6 places. Obviously, Moomin's dropped the most, down 15. Whale, though, as well, is down 5. We'll start from the Aston man. And with James up in P3, this battle for P3 in the championship is really on. I honestly can't believe there's been no chat of it in the admin Discord at all. I can't believe they haven't been on at each other. Might be saying something in the chat. They're usually in a chat together racing. I wouldn't be in a chat tonight if I was one of them. Not a chance. We are enemies, mortal enemies tonight. That's what I'll be saying. So, a couple of timing glitches for Mirage and Dark Mark there. I shouldn't take any notice of that, guys. It will reset itself next time they cross the line. Going on to lap 3. And we have a yellow flag, and that's Kemmons. He's round on the exit of turn 1. Just moving, trotting around. A battle here, maybe, between them. Oh, we've got a battle for the lead. We've got a battle for the lead. Crowding to the inside of car seat. Ready for the left-hander. And makes it work. Oh, sorry, for the chicane even. I thought we were on the second straight there. That's without the DRS, remember. DRS won't activate until the next lap. As Mirage is now dropping. Is he okay? Appears to be okay. Maybe had some sort of moment on the chicane exit, which just dropped him down, but seems to be okay. There's no obvious signs of damage on the car at all. Right, so let's us go. Where can we go to now? Maybe. Oh, hello. This is Hayden, Elite Shotgun and Operator. Did Operator take to the pits? I think he spun. Shotgun's had a little spin as well. And I think maybe that looked to me like Operator's allowed Shotgun back past as a. Maybe it was as an apology, I don't know. Again, can't see any obvious signs of damage on either car, and just checking the app, and there's nothing on the app I can confirm at the moment. It does suggest that nobody has damage. Car seat right on the back now of crowding for P1. DRS this time. Let's have a look. Gonna go for it. He is indeed. It's up the inside. Basically got it done before he reached the corner, just about. And back into P1 goes Carsey. Gunnar now up to P3. And a little march through the field there with his. Well, we know actually, he's told us in the chat, he's with very low wings, so going to be super fast on the straights. The lower wing option is not an option commonly used in this game. It does tend to be easier to run higher wings, but it absolutely there is no right way to run a setup, guys. So don't listen to people that tell you there may be optimal setups, but it's not a right way. If you use an optimal setup and it feels horrible to you, it's not optimal for you. So there is no right or wrong way to do a setup. You set the car up what feels best for you to get the best performance out of the car for you. So Gunnar, in all fairness, is not one to usually run low wings, so he's obviously been practicing. He's not one to not put practice in for a race. He always gets a bit of practice in, and he must feel it for some reason. Low wings are the way he wants to go. Now I know he did race here the other day. I commentated here the other day with him racing in on Sunday for HRF1. So out of anybody on track, he should have the best knowledge, you would think, of the track. So Shotgun, I think, is having a battle. That's Shotgun, Moomin, and Chalky side by side in the left-hander. There was a little nudge there from Moomin on Chalky, but he didn't have a lot of room. So, I mean, in all fairness, I mean, when I say he didn't have a lot of room, I don't think Chalky had squeezed him to the point of, he had room. He just it was so tight. And naturally, obviously, you're accelerating going through the corner, so naturally the car is going to drift out. Huge amount to do that without going slower around the corner, which would have possibly led to an accident. Actually, obviously, Shotgun was right up behind them. So then, let's have a look at this. Niall pulling out. He's going to get both. It's going to be a double overtake from Niall on James and Gunnar. So through he goes, but he's gone a bit deep into the first part of the chicane. And has to muscle his way through a little bit, but all fair. And up to P3 goes Niall. Gunnar coming straight back at him. No, he's got DRS and those super low wings. Straight back into P3 goes Gunnar. As Old Snakes left the session. And invite sent, Snake, if you can hear me. That is Snake there as well in a Red Bull, isn't it? So it is going to drop him back off. He needs to get him sharpish if he can. Clearly having some issues tonight. How is Whale doing? He's back up to 11th, so he's... I think that's higher than he was earlier on, wasn't it? So I think he's progressed a little bit. But he's overall still down 3 places. The Alpine's getting pretty close there. Corey and Mackenzie. Corey doing the lead Alpine at the moment from the 2. Let's bring the tyres back up. So Dark Mark is the one who's actually started extremely well and has really used his soft tyres to good effect. He's made his way right the way through to P9. So he's up 7 places. He was up 8 a second ago, but Corey's just managed to get back past him. So I've got multiple battles going on. It's hard for me to know exactly where to look, guys, right now. If I move to one, I might miss an overtake on the other. So, oh, Snake, where are you? Wi-Fi's crashed. Can't jump back. Can you reset it? Moving in, Shotgun having a little battle further down. Moving has recovered pretty well at the moment, so he's up to P17, but he's also on the back of 16 and 15 with Mirage and P14 only just ahead. Oh, and that's Dino having a little moment out of the chicane, and that's going to allow moving through. I don't think Shotgun's going to be able to... No, definitely not going to be able to follow Shotgun. So Dino looked to have pretty fast straight line speed and nearly managed to come back at movement. But he also runs wide in the left-hander. Is that going to allow... No, they're going to end up side by side in the right-handers. Oh. Didn't look great. Did not look great, I'm afraid. But as I've learned from doing commentating for as long as I have now, not to prejudge, because quite often when you see things back from the driver's point of view, it's completely different to what we seem to see here on the stream. But yeah, it didn't look great from me. Anyway, let's go back up then to Niall, Gunnar, James and Mamo. So, you know, just James, I wouldn't fight Mamo too much here. He can be quite happy for Mamo to go past, really, and be... I definitely wouldn't battle through the right-handers. Oh my goodness. can't believe James is battling that hard for this position. James could have just backed off, allowed Mamo to place, and then just sat on the back of this group, recharged his ERS, and maybe even looked to undercut them with a full ERS battery to defend with. It's, or even overcut the other way around, use the battery to try and overcut. Worst case scenario, come out a little bit behind with a lap fresher tyres. It's the way I'd have gone with James, but he chose not to. Start mark into the pits then, so, and operator, both coming off of the soft tyres, of course. Out on the medium tyre now then for Dartmark. You've got to assume this is a two-stop from Dartmark and operator, because 21 laps is an awfully long way to go on mediums around Abu Dhabi. It's one of those scenarios where technically they can probably get to the end, but they're going to be very much at risk of blowing up. Ideally, for Dartmark, in a way, well, Dartmark and Moomin, what they would like is for us to reach the point where all the hard tyre guys have got to come in, and then about two or three laps after have a safety car. That would be absolutely spot on for those guys. So Niall showing little signs that he's managing to edge away, but he can't get out of 1 second at the moment, which is all important. So, is it me, or is it does look like it's gone, well, it's the onboard, I think. It looks like a lot darker from the onboard than it does on the broadcast cam. Don't know why that is. Here goes Gunnar. No, decides not to on the first part of the straight, so as long as he gets a decent exit, should have a go down into the left-handers. Well, it does get away a little bit. You'd expect that because he's running a higher wing to Gunnar. So no, it is going to be another lap following, waiting for the same opportunity next time round. Hopefully a better one. So, well, meanwhile, Mamo has got past James, but James is just dropping out. He needs to stay in this 1 second. If you ain't got a pace, you ain't got a pace. Sometimes, is there anything else he could do strategy-wise? But I'm not really. I mean, he could change to a two-stop. Right. He pretty much had needed to do it that time round, actually. But, well, no, actually, the end of this lap would be fine if he was to choose to two-stop it. He could switch to a set of mediums and then go softs at the end. Again, a nicely timed safety car would make that strategy work beautifully, but he doesn't need to. Ultimately, his battle is with Whale, and Whale is 3 places behind him. So let's go back to Gunnar, who's having another go. Here he goes to the inside, and into the chicane they go, and Gunnar through nice and safely. Of course, Niall will get DRS back now. And moves out to the outside, goes round, makes the move comfortably, and back into P3. It was a little bit deep on the left-hander, which means it made Gunnar get sort of partly alongside. But, of course, Niall always going to have the better of the corners through the more technical, tighter section of track. James has, or he's still remaining within the 1 second. And he is doing that while being able to recover battery, by the way. He's not actually used battery. He's gained about 10% back since the last look. So he's doing alright. As into the pits comes Marco. And presumably, I would think that that's a two-stop strategy. Let's see what he goes to. If it's a one stop, he's going to hards. If it's a two stop, it'll be either soft or mediums. So on go the hards. So it is a one stop strategy. It's just quite early to pit off of the mediums is all. So maybe looking for a little bit of undercut action. Whale and Corey are battling. Krugu's Whale on Corey. He's going to get really close to the other Alpine here. He's never going to get past him, but was always going to get close. But back up into P8 goes Whale. Only thing for him is that the gap to James after this is 7.8 seconds. James has got a gap to Mamo down to half a second, by the way, so he's really holding on into that now. Clearly went through a bit of a rough stage. Maybe the tyres went into an awkward part. Don't know, but he is now holding into that 1 second pretty comfortably. Well, we'll just be biding this time. Round for the DRS next lap. Or this lap now. In terms of tyre wear, by the way, guys, those hard tyre runners are all pretty similar. They're all ranging from 41% to 43%. Actually, Moomin Rider on hards is a little bit lower. So, yeah, he's obviously in a different type of race after the spin round earlier on. So, yeah, he's on 40% now. So his are lasting a bit better, which might allow him to pit a lap later and have better tyres for later in the race. So, Mirage there getting past Snake, who I still don't think has managed to join back, unfortunately. Yeah, Jay, sorry, I've only just seen your message, but yeah, you are right. It's really strange to pit lane here because it's not actually that big of a time loss. Obviously, the pit lane is huge because the exit is right round past turn 2, but the actual bit where you get to speed up is really early. So it's not that bad. It is definitely one of the races you can two-stop, but I mean, like with all the races, the one-stop is the fastest option. It's always the fastest option, the one-stop, but there are just some races where the two-stop is a potential strategy because the time loss isn't that bad. So will Well be thinking, how can I catch James? Will he just be happy to be just behind James? Because ultimately that will mean that James can't... He's not going to overtake him by finishing one place ahead of him. The only problem for Well is that James is actually on the back of P3 here. He's in a group which is consistent of P3, P4, P5 and P6, which he's in. Mamo now has a time penalty. So I think ultimately... It's in James's hand, isn't it? Does he try and undercut? Does he try and overcut and have better tyres for the next part of the race, but have to fight back a bit? He has, since we last left him, he's used a bit more energy again. Not much, but he has used a bit more again. The honest truth, I know what I would do. I would look to undercut this. I would be keeping an eye this lap. I'd be watching ahead, do any of them pit, and if they don't, I'd be in to undercut them. He will get a lot of them because the undercut's huge. It's a long lap here, so the undercut is big. Some other pit stops going on though. Corey in, Mirage in, who needed a new wing as well. Corey just coming on to the exit now, and it looks like he's going to nip out just ahead of Hayden, who's doing very nicely on debut. Hopefully one or two of these new drivers might stay with us. I'd like to think so. In terms of the battle for the win, by the way, Carsey is disappearing, as Carsey does. 5 seconds up the road now, which gives him that, that sort of gap gives him the opportunity to quite simply wait for Crowding to pit, do another lap, and then pit himself. He doesn't have to do that, but, he's got that option. Problem being is if you're leading the race and you pit first, there's always the possibility that a safety car might come out afterwards. So Mamo is in. So Mamo is doing what I suggested maybe James could do, and he is pitting to undercut the group that he's in. Now the undercut should be significant, so I reckon he may well end up coming out after everybody's pitted a few seconds ahead of that group, which he needs, of course, because of the penalty. The question is going to be, of course, can he hold him off afterwards? Where is he come out? Yeah, he is. He's out and down into the hairpin, okay. So he's only actually exited the pits in P8. Which is interesting. Whale will know that. The guys ahead of him, unless they listen to me, won't know it. Because he's just out of screenshots then, so they won't be able to see that. Let's take a look at Mamo. Fresh mediums on Mamo. Dark Mark, of course, if you remember, he's on the 2-stop, so he's pitted. He started on the softs, went to the mediums, and then he'll pit to another set of mediums later in it, probably about 3 laps time. It might even be another set of softs, because if you remember, he went out in Q1, so he will have another set of softs available. As multiple pit stops happening, so they're all reacting to Mamo. So, well, Carsey's in, he's not reacting to Mamo, but in comes Carsey. But so does James, Crowding, Gio. The only one that stayed out is Gunnar. It's interesting, but look at this. Mamo has jumped a lot of them, and he's just going past Dark Mark. The gap, that is the gap there, so the car, the Mercedes in the foreground now is Mamo, and Niall Rio is the Alfa Romeo there. The McLaren sandwiched in between them. So McLaren, of course, Dark Mark. So yes, he does have worn tyres compared to these guys, but he's not worn as in he hasn't been using those tyres since the start of the race. He has made a pit stop, so he's bound to be slower, but he's not going to be super slow either. Somewhere in the middle. But look at the difference. Where is James? Lost 5. Oh, do you know what? I think I know what's happened. Crowding pitted. I think James got stacked. I think he got double stacked. It's the only thing I can think. He didn't need a front wing, so I think he's just because his teammate for the evening, Crowding, is pitted as well. They've double stacked the pit stop. Here comes Gunnar, and Gunnar's going to get out ahead of James. Well, it is disaster really for James. I mean, it's certainly done him no favours, let's put it that way. Gunnar has a lap younger tyres and a 2-second advantage, nearly. I think the thing for James is he simply doesn't have anybody to help him. He's not got any cars just in front of him to give him DRS or anything like that. He's going to want to try and get into the DRS of Gunnar, I guess. Gunnar catching onto the back of Dark Mark, but Dark Mark is his teammate, so he's not likely to hold him up. Dark Mark just reaching, well, he's just reaching 35% on his mediums. And as I said, it does depend whether he's going to go to mediums or softs for the final run. If he's going to mediums, he should be in, well, yeah, this lap coming. So yeah, this would be the end of lap 19. So yeah, if he's going to go to another set of mediums, he should be in the end of this lap now. But he is going to give James a tow and DRS down the straight. Which could be all important because it could well pull James into the DRS of Gunnar. It is, look. Oh! Oh, it's okay actually. James made the corner absolutely perfectly. But here he goes. If you're looking to get this done. And yeah, Dark Mark doesn't have DRS, so he wants to get past Dark Mark, but he wants to get into the 1 second as well as Gunnar if he can. Desperately needs that 1 second gap because he's out of energy as well. He needs the DRS to allow him to energy save. And everything he can, isn't he? It's not easy when the guy you're trying to do it to is as fast as Gunnar is. So well, he is now on the back of Marco. I've got to say, credit to Mamo, because that undercut has worked a treat. He's still got the penalty, of course. But he came in from P5, has undercut them, is now sitting P3 with 3 seconds, which would only drop him to P4. So he's gained a place with and including the penalty. So he needs to hold that now to the end, but I don't think he'll have any trouble doing that. He's got a nice clear area to run into. He might lose a position on track to Nile. So, sorry, I'm looking at the timings rather than the screen, so I completely missed the fact that Wales had gotten past Marco there. And he will now be looking to catch on to the back of Mackenzie. Just take the opportunity actually to go a bit further down. Battle for 16th between Shotgun and Chalky. And flying into the left-hander. Dark Mark is into the pits. I reckon it's going to be softs, I think. I reckon it's going to stick some softs on. Should come out around about P14-ish. Yeah, fresh softs go on. Remember, he started P16 Dark Mark, so he's exiting the pits 2 places up from where he started. And now he's going to be super quick in this final stint. Very good chance of taking fastest lap as well. 2 Alpine switch positions. We'll stick here for the moment. Let's give this the next straight to see if Chalky can get this done. To give you an idea of the advantage that Dark Mark has now, he's on 1% on his softs. The guys that have gone to mediums are ranging from anywhere between 19% with Moomin, 20% now, just changed, to 26% for Corey. So they're all in that bracket, apart from Gunnar, a little bit later, so he's on 15%. Not able to get it that time round. Keeping an eye on the gap between Mamo and Guillot. Whale has gotten past. In fact, let's go to Whale. Just realised he's in an Alpine sandwich again. Both Alpines do have penalties, which could be important on the end of this race. Surely Whale is going to cruise up past Corey. And I think Corey is minding and letting his teammate through as well. Well, yeah, it's to be fair to Corey, his teammate does have a lap younger tyres, so it's not much of an advantage, but it is a bit of an advantage. So, to be fair to Corey, to optimise the team's result, he's done that. As Taylor goes to the inside of Whale. When I have the inside of the right-handers, see the path of least resistance. Gets into the ultimate right-hander with the advantage. I think Hayden's round. That is coming out of the left-hander, the long left-hander. So it's a yellow flag. No signs of any damage. Nope, no damage I don't think. Nothing on the app either. So it seems to be okay. Tyres might be slightly lit up, but hopefully you can continue on. So, well, he has gone into the pits. Please don't retire, Hayden. He is a reserve, so... Right, then... Actually, let's just have a look, because it looks like he is taking the stop, so... Oh, there is a new front wing. Okay, so he does have damage. There wasn't anything... I couldn't see any damage, and there was nothing shown on the app, but clearly did have some sort of damage there. I'm changing it just for the practice. Right, let's go to Dark Mark. I think he's likely to be our next overtake. So, as I say that, Chalky gets past Shotgun finally. And Moomin gets past Marco for P10. I played a Moomin. He's recovered this really well. So, Chalky holds Shotgun off there. It's good though, isn't it? Because it means, you know, these guys are battling for 14th, but you know, they are battling. They've got, you know, they've got someone on track they can battle with. It's perfect. It's great. Because, you know, people like, unless something's happened to them in the race, generally nobody's sort of just driving around on their own, which is great news. So, see. But Mirage is just lost out to Dark Mark. Still pretty close, and you can see the McLaren flashing away. So he's not likely to have a go here into the chicane, but he might get a chance up into the left-hander. No sense here yet. Just back out. Just concentrate on the exit. Get a good exit. And he runs out a little bit wide, look. Which allows Dark Mark just to pull the extra couple of meters. Well, 5 meters, say, that will mean the Mirage hasn't got a chance. And now with his fresh soft tyres as well, Dark Mark is going to be super quick in comparison through the more technical part of the track. Niall has caught on to the back of Mamo, which is an on-track battle for P3. Opens up the DRS. Doesn't look like it's going to be able to get there though. Following through final sector really nicely though. Here Niall. Just needs to hold on to this. Another chance next time round on the straights. Well, technically, doesn't need to make the move, does he? Just sitting behind and take it on the penalty. But that's not the way racing drivers work. They see a car ahead of them and they got to get past it. So. You don't go for the gap, you are no longer a racing driver. I'd have done an actual, like, proper accent if I can remember who said that, but I can't. So Schumacher that said that. If you no longer go for a... Or was it Senna? I can't remember. Whoever it was, in a way, I can't remember who it was to know which accents to do, so... I was have brought out one of my world famous accents for you. Now Guillot is through and up into P3 on track at least. So Mamo shouldn't be too unhappy with that because there is the potential for him to potentially use Niall as a source of DRS to try and pull the gap back out to 3 seconds to Gunnar. So it's, you know, it probably gives him a better chance of gapping Gunnar again than what he had before, anyway. As well, and Mackenzie continue their battle. Again, you know, Whale could say to himself, "Well, he's got a penalty. I'll just let him go ahead, and then I'll take it on the penalty." But again, it's just not the way drivers' minds work. So Corey is pitting, and presumably that is to put softs on to take an attempt at the fastest lap of the race. Maybe a little bit of glory for the final race, because he's obviously giving away positions to do that. So, oh, Mamo back ahead of Niall, but Niall looked like he got a better exit out of the chicane. Here comes it, Niall then to the outside. We do have a yellow flag in the final corner now, the start-finish straight. It's disappeared now, not sure exactly what that was for, but Niall back past Mamo in a way. Nice job. And must be, you know, I assume, is it just ahead of us? Yeah. So is that why? Yeah, okay, that explains the yellow flags, guys. So Hayden was getting out the way. So that's all that was for. It wasn't any incident or anything. Hayden was minding out the way of the front runners that had just lapped him. So, which is the correct thing to do. And Chalky for that matter, he's there as well. Look, that is Chalky just ahead of him. Here he goes. Should be as straightforward as an overtake comes. Don't really need the DRS. The extra grip that the softs are giving him is plenty enough. Some red balls. It's a shame we lost Snake at the start of this. We couldn't get back in. So, he was in that battle. He was on the back of the battle that was going on between Niall, Mamo, Gunnar, James, and then it was Snake. And he was right on the back of them, so it's a shame to lose him. Would have been another one as Mamo gets back past Niall. So ultimately, there is a chance around here that there could be some requests for penalty removals because the pit entry's glitched here, so the turn-in for the pit entry, you can see it here actually, so, oh no, not here, sorry, this way. There we go, the pit entry there, so the right-hander that takes you into the pitch just inside us there, if you put a wheel on the curb on the inside, it gives you a warning, which obviously isn't the rules of F1, so there we go. So yeah, you do sometimes end up with some penalty removal requests for this track. As we do here in WAOF1, we do consider those if it is a genuine unfair. Now, somebody's got 3 warnings. One of them was for going into the pits, and it's genuinely unfair. Then we would remove the 3 seconds. And the driver must click the incident where he gets the 3 seconds, and he must also click his race director at the end of the race as well, in order to show that he never got any more warnings. So, Mamo and Niall. Mamo back ahead again. I'm just going to go back to that. As Carsey wins in Abu Dhabi. We haven't seen him since the start of the race, but he has won in Abu Dhabi. Moving to the outside of Mackenzie. Well, whatever you do. Oh. Well, it's beautiful racing from the 2 of you. Please. Just has to do it on track, doesn't he? Here comes James for P6. It's not going to be enough to take P3 in the championship, but he was rather unlucky with a double stack. Obviously, a teammate not used to a teammate being ahead of him, actually. So there we go. But across the line comes Whale to confirm P3 in the championship, or at least pending any incident reports in a way. So let's just go through these anyway. Carsey P1, Crowding P2 on debut, Niall P3 on debut, Mamo P4, Gunnar P5, James in 6, Wales 7, Mackenzie 8, Moomin 9, Dart Mark, superb race from Dart Mark with the 2-stop, soft, medium, soft. P10 in the N, Mirage P11, Corey P12, Marco in P13, Shotgun is coming across the line now for P14, Clements is following in for P15, Hayden on debut is going to take P16, Shrek unfortunately won't be classified, Snake unfortunately won't be classified. I'll finish the countdown in just a moment. I can't remember who was it we got in there, or what order they were in a way. So I think it's Dino actually P18, Chalky in P19, and Operator in P20. I can confirm though that Ferrari are the Constructors' Champions. Again, it is pending any potential incident reports, but it would be a huge incident which just simply did not happen tonight that would stop Ferrari winning this championship. So, congratulations, Carsey and Operator, on the Constructors' Championship, guys, and obviously Carsey on the Drivers. What I'm going to do now, if I can, Operator, if you are listening, can I get you into the party for a quick chat? I'm going to invite you. Let's see. Let's invite you. Let's invite then Carsey. And I'll get Carsey to get Mamo in, and I want Whale as well. There we go. It's the invite sent. Oh, you have no working headset. Well, look. Would you stop winning Constructors titles then? You can't speak to me. Yes, Carsey, I'm doing interviews. That's why I just sent you an invite to the party. Oh, God. Oh, look. Now I don't have time to go through the instance. So, if you need the race director, guys, you better have got it yourselves, because unfortunately I didn't get it. But that is the final race of the season, guys, and if nobody joins this party in the next 10 seconds, I won't be doing interviews. Why aren't they joining? He's just shy. Oh. Fair play, Marco. Alright then, forget how I deal then, guys. So, well, I was going to do it, but we'll speak to... We're going to be doing an end of season thing like we did last season, so it's going to be a bit different, because also we've got 3 divisions, so we can't do a proper review of the season like we did last season, when we only had 1 division, because that took 2 hours. We're not going to be sitting on doing a season review for 6 hours, as fun as it was last time. So we'll be doing something a bit different, but we will be doing something. I've forgotten what date it's scheduled in for. I want to say the 4th of January, but I might be wrong. But please, last year, loads of you tuned in, and we had such a laugh. So please tune in for that again. But please don't forget, we are also last race of the season tomorrow night for the Schumacher division, which has been the short first ever division of the Wednesday nights. So please, there is literally a 1 point gap, no, a 7 point gap in the drivers, and I can't remember the constructors gap, but it's even less, I believe. So I think it's like 6 points. So please come and join us for that. That is going to be one awesome final race, also at Abu Dhabi as well. So please come and join me for that tomorrow night, 8 p.m. sharp. Short qualifying, 50% race, so it's a bit quicker. Yeah, operator, congratulations, double constructors champions. So congratulations to you and Carsey on that. And as I say, Carsey on the drivers, Mamo P2 in the drivers, and Whale P3 in the drivers. I've got no idea why nobody's joining me, but there you go, the bums. Anyway, guys, okay, good night, God bless. I will see you tomorrow night. Thank you very much.